Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on stocks. So we had a very bullish day today, and what makes today so bullish is a number of things. Number one, bullish reaction to Google earnings yesterday, showing money rotating back into the tech sector. Today, the tech sector and the financial sector were both up the same amount, over 3%, and that led to a very bullish market day. We know when both of those sectors are going in the same direction, the market is its most convincing with its most conviction. And over the past few days, we've been seeing tech sector weakness and financial sector strength. So today, we saw tech strength return. Another thing that stands out is the very weak day yesterday. We closed at the low. It was all profit taking. A lot of people probably entered short. Look at this candle back from April 7th. Gap up, profit taking. Anybody that went short is trapped. Same thing today. This market is continually trapping shorts that have bias based on fundamentals, based on whatever, that the chart is telling us there is absolutely no weakness right now. And it's important to remember that that is what is most important. So there's a lot of people becoming believers in technical analysis over the last month. I promise you that, as fundamentals, in my opinion, in this day and age, are becoming less important and technicals are becoming more important. And a move like this, in a scenario like this, has to be the hallmark case of technical analysis over fundamentals. Certainly not saying ignore fundamentals, but I'm saying put a lot more weight in price levels. Price levels are all we care about. So after hours here, look at our earnings reaction. There's SPY with its bots at 350, selling off, and then a rip to a new high after hours. Why? Microsoft, bulls. Tesla, bulls. Facebook, bulls. We already know Google went bull. Everybody's going bull. They went bull yesterday. So the bulls have complete control. And another thing to note is when we lose the hourly uptrend from here, set an hourly higher low on SPY at 292.51. When we lose that higher low, we're just looking for a daily higher low. We have $21 of space on SPY, about 8% or so, before we lose the daily uptrend. So we can say, most likely, unless we see a news catalyst and high bear volume, or just very notable high bear volume for multiple days, we will anticipate that the next time we consolidate, a daily higher low will remain the most likely scenario. Resistance from here, we're looking at S&P 500, 3,000. And for SPY, that's going to be right around 300. Keeping in mind, SPY was adjusted for the dividend down near the low. Congrats, bulls. The laggard sectors continue to run. And I've talked about it a few times, but marijuana sector started Friday and went Monday, Tuesday. We then had Monday and Tuesday, casino and cruise liners. We then had Wednesday, nope, that's today. We then had Tuesday, airliners into today. And then today we're having the energy sector, and energy names are breaking the highs of their initial bounce and playing laggard catch up as well. The cruise liners have my interest because if they gap up open again tomorrow, which all signs are pointing to that being certainly very probable, it's going to be a bearish reversal 3 gap up in a row pattern, and I will be watching for bearish entries. I've made a couple bearish entries attempts the last couple days. Ended with a small loss on Monday, a small win, or a small loss yesterday, small win today. And I'm going to keep putting myself in low risk scenarios where I stop out if I'm wrong and I make a big win if I'm right. So if we gap up on the cruises, I will be interested in scouting for bearish entries. And ideally trying to hold for a couple days for a solid 10% plus pullback whenever that happens. So on to our most important sectors. IWM, all bulls. 3rd gap up open in a row. That's extremely notable. And one thing to note about the 3 gap up bearish reversal pattern, the 4th candlestick has to be a bearish reversal candlestick to confirm the pattern. So we already had our 3rd gap up open today, and just because we're not seeing weakness doesn't mean the pattern's invalidated. If we see a bearish reversal candle tomorrow, there's the possibility for that being set. What the bearish reversal 3 gap up pattern tells us is bulls are really extended, consolidation is due. That being said, we know IWM is very likely to just give us a daily high or low when we top out from here. Next resistance level, 132.27 broke. Now we're looking at 136.17, which we broke. Now there's a gap. 140.99 is the next level. QQQ getting followed through after the big bear day yesterday with a lot of profit taking. After hours, big bull move. We're up at 222. Setting up for the gap up open. We're breaking the high of the initial bounce after the corona fears started setting in. And now we're looking up at 224 as the next short-term resistance level. Tech sector, keep an eye on that 237. This is a V-shaped recovery in every sense of the definition. It is astoundingly impressive. And one thing that is worth noting is there's still a ton of bears out there. And that keeps me confident in the bulls. If everybody was bullish right now, I would be very cautious. But just looking at different groups, a Facebook group for traders and for people interested in crypto just took a poll. What are the odds that we head back and revisit the dump lows? 226 people said the bottom is not set on this dump. 26 people said the bottom is set. And when I saw those numbers, I clicked bottom is set. Because if you are going to put everybody on one side of the boat and it's going to be 10-1 being bearish, I'm going to be bullish every single time and play contrarian to that group mindset. And that's what's been happening for weeks now at this point. Financial sector, 2366 key resistance, and we double topped at that level. So that's going to be key into tomorrow. Here we are still strong, hourly bull flag, little strength after hours. Bulls really want to break 2366 tomorrow for convincing follow through to break the high of the bounce and to join our other laggard sectors. Most names are at the high of their bounce right now. Financial sector is not. After 2366, looking at 2417 as the next level. If we reject from 2366 tomorrow, still going to look for a daily high or low, but then we have to start being cautious of that double top. Bulls would much prefer to just get that out of the way and see a clear higher high. Healthcare sector, daily inside bar held the low of yesterday. So that's notable as well. We were green in the healthcare sector today, but not by much. And the fact that we saw such a strong day in the S&P 500 with the number 3 holdings not really doing much keeps the bulls confident. Money is just flowing around. Money from tech, money into airlines, then money going back into tech. It's just a musical chairs game for money, and it's driving the market higher. Biotech sector broke the low of yesterday, just barely, not an inside bar, just looking for a healthy daily high or low to form, tons of space to do it. Same thing with XLV, and if we break the inside bar bearish, we're looking for a higher low compared to 96.62. SMH, big surge higher. Anybody that was short from yesterday is underwater, and we're looking at resistance of 138.91, which we did break today. So now we're looking at 140.94. Very impressive. Keep in mind, what this move does, obviously is creating FOMO, and people are kicking themselves and saying, darn, I should have bought. Keep in mind that there are a ton of people on the sidelines waiting to buy a weekly high or low. I know a ton of people on the crypto sidelines looking to buy a Bitcoin weekly high or low. A ton of people looking to buy stocks on weekly high or lows. So that's going to keep confidence going as well. It's not like we're just going to top out and then dump significantly, because there will be people on the sidelines right now that will be looking to buy that consolidation. The VIX right back down to the low. No follow through. Still a pattern of a lower high every single day. The dollar, daily equilibrium continuing to play out. Bulls need to hold 98.82. And we're at the low of consolidation. No sign of that higher low yet, but if we see any green tomorrow or Friday, it will likely take until next week for a break, and maybe even the end of next week. If we pull back, we could have another red day, hold 99, bounce for a few days. It could take a little bit. Gold, daily higher low just being set. We did change the 4-hour trend here. Not by a lot, but it was a bull break. So I'm calling the daily higher low at 1692. And we're now looking at 1739 key resistance as this range continues to tighten up. And someone in the chat room asked, what happened to gold? Why did it go bullish at the end of the day? And in my opinion, the most clear answer is reaction to FOMC, bearish, held support, and that flipped things. If you're bearish and you hold a support level, bears give up and bulls go long. And it's pretty much a triple bottom in the 1690s for today's action. And then from there, the bulls turned on the jets. So all about the daily tightening range on the dollar and metals. Silver daily higher low is set. All about 1545 resistance from here. Came close today, but didn't break bullish yet. And the miners are looking great. Miners are a daily bull flag, just waiting for any sign of bullish gold. And again, the market overall, S&P 500 strength, is helping these miners remain very strong while gold does consolidate. Key resistance will be 34.74 to try and confirm this bull flag. Oil, love the 12-hour time frame for clarity on the June futures contract. Low of the dump, high of the bounce, higher low. Anything under 1826 is a lower high. It's entirely possible we trade within this tightening equilibrium into next week. And that's going to determine, obviously, short-term break on the June contract. As far as USO goes, we had the reverse split, and it's looking like a bear flag. This is the 4-hour time frame. Just not a convincing bounce in any way, shape, or form. Daily chart, we're just looking for a lower high on any bounce. I would stay away from USO as a bull. Natural gas, daily lower high set, so tightening range here. Higher the move, higher low, lower high. Most important levels for me, 1643 and 1883. Inventory report tomorrow. Pretty much natural gas has to break $2 for the bulls to prove anything. As long as $2 is resistance, the bears have long-term control. So that's where we stand overall. Potential for another gap up open tomorrow. It's going to be a long night overnight tonight. A lot can change, but lots of bullish earning reactions, lots of shorts being squeezed. There's no reason to try and nail the top. Wait for weakness. Here's an example. CCL today, I talked about going short. Oh man, look at that gap up. Knew they were setting up for that gap up. I almost swung, but I couldn't convince myself to do it. So the point is, CCL has been a raging bull for multiple days. If I'm trying to go bearish, the wrong way to do it is entering a bearish entry and not having a stop level, and next thing I know, I'm down 10%. And I try and average down, and then it keeps going up, and I'm down 15%. What I do is I wait for weakness. I sat there and I watched all this strength, and I watched this pullback. And I said, that's a pretty big pullback from the high of the day. That's a solid 3.5% pullback. I'm going to anticipate a 5-minute lower high is going to be the most likely scenario, and I can then top fish the high of the day with my stop loss. So I've had 2 scale-in orders, one at 1659 and one at 1669, and as soon as both of those fill, I would put my stop over 1683, and that's that. Filled one order at 1659, and then we pulled back. And I said, okay, that's a decent pullback. I'm in the green. But I know we're just looking for an hourly higher low. The hourly uptrend favors the bulls. There's no increasing bear volume. There's nothing that is giving red flags for bulls on this consolidation. When the 5-minute trend changes back to the bulls, I will exit my short because that is the first indication that our hourly lower high has been set. So I exited with a small win. And that was that. Had we followed through with the bears, it would have been a solid win. Instead, it was a small win. But I'm going to try and do the same thing tomorrow. My point is, I waited for weakness. I did not try and grab the bull by the horns and step in front of a speeding bull. I saw the bull was tired, and then I acted and set my trade game plan. So if you're looking at this market and you're confident in a pullback, don't step in front of these bulls and get gored. Wait for weakness. Wait for a significant enough pullback that we can look for a daily lower high to be the next most likely scenario. Or wait for a loss of the daily uptrend to go bearish. When there is no clear resistance level nearby, it's much easier for the bulls to move. And they're showing us that. So I hope you had a good day. And we'll check back in tomorrow. Make sure and do good things. Moved all the flowers and basil out to the greenhouse. The only things left inside now are the sunflowers, and everything's pretty much dying to get in the ground. These tomatillos are pretty massive at this point. Couple days they'll be outside. These are all the sunflower sprouts getting ready. I'll probably keep them here for a few weeks and then stick them outside. Got 5 more blueberry bushes. My buddy said he had some, so I said why not? I've already found 3 places to stick a few of them, but I'm left with 2 and I don't know where to put them. Some of the pond flowers are starting to bloom. Climbing this honeysuckle, starting to pick up speed. Seen a couple hummingbirds around the property the past few days. Figs are a bit tricky in this part of the world, and I was concerned that they were dead, but some new growth. Root system is healthy. We got a goose couple. They've been hanging out. And they're friends with the duck couple. They get along pretty good. Don't come up on me hissing.